Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. This is MD Saiful Islam, founder of Saiful English Academy and an assistant teacher of our local high school. You are most welcome in my Saiful English Academy again, dear learners. Hope that you are very fine by the grace of Almighty Allah and watched my previous classes smartly. I am so Alhamdulillah. Hope that you are connected with me to watch my video class. So, my dear learners, now let's take a look at the board and try to understand. Today's class, I have been present in front of you with a new arrangement for a new class to highlight about discussion about pronoun class noun 3. Class noun 3. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. But before starting today's class, I want to declare to topic of today's class. So, my dear learners, at first, I am trying to show you about definition of interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun with examples. Secondly, my dear learners, I will try to make you understand about the differences between interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. Of course, you know that, my dear learners. In my previous classes, you were told about their definition of pronoun, classification of pronoun, definition of personal pronoun, classification of personal pronoun, definition of non-personal pronoun, and definition of possessive pronoun with examples. And with the reference of my previous classes, today's class I have been present in front of you with a new element, a new class gradually. That means interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. At first, I am trying to show you about definition of interrogative pronoun. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. Definition of interrogative pronoun. Okay, my dear learners, I know that, my dear learners, you'll be able to reply the questions. At first question 3, what's the definition of interrogative pronoun? I hope that you'll be able to reply my questions, but I want to add something here in the midst of your answers. Interrogative pronoun means জিজ্ঞাসাবোধক সর্বনাম or প্রশ্নবোধক সর্বনাম. And if we define it interrogative pronoun, we can say, or we can write that in this way, my dear learners. Start writing interrogative pronoun is a pronoun which is used for asking some questions about a noun in a sentence. Okay, my dear learners, if we want to define it, interrogative pronoun, we want to say that, my dear learners, interrogative pronoun is a pronoun. জিজ্ঞাসাসূচক সর্বনাম হলো এমন এক ধরনের সর্বনাম হয়েছে যেটা ইজ ইউজড ব্যবহৃত হয় ফর আস্কিং সাম কোশ্চেন্স, কিছু প্রশ্ন জিজ্ঞাসা করতে বা কিছু প্রশ্ন জিজ্ঞাসা করার জন্য অ্যাবাউট নাউন, একটা নাউন সম্পর্কে, ইন আ সেন্টেন্স, একটা বাক্যে. So, my dear learners, we can say that in the way about the definition of interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun is a pronoun which is used for asking some questions about a noun in a sentence. So, my dear learners, now I am trying to write some example regarding this. Examples: who are you? What do you want? Whom do you liked most? Next, which is this book? Which is this book? Which is, sorry, your book? Number five, whose is this book? Okay, my dear learners, to clarify about interrogative pronoun, I have written five examples in the board. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. In first example, I have written, who are you? Who are you? Underlined who. Next, what do you want? What do you want? Underline what. Number three example, um whom do you like most? Whom do you like most? Underline whom. Number four, which is your book? Which is your book? Number five, whose is this book? Whose is this book? So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. In these five categories of examples, I want to say that, my dear learners, who, what, whom, which, and whose, of course, an interrogative pronoun. Of course, an interrogative pronoun, because these five words are used in a sentence for asking some questions about a noun. About a noun. In this sense, we can say that, my dear learners, who, what, whom, whose, and which. Of course, an interrogative pronoun that you have understood clearly. Magellanus, now I am trying to clarify about a relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. So, Magellanus, take a look at the board and try to understand. Relay, sorry, relative pronoun. Now, my second question to you, my dear learners, what's the definition of a relative pronoun? I know that my dear learners will be able to reply my questions, but I want to add something here in the midst of your answers. My dear learners, of course, you know that relative pronoun means সম্পর্ক সূচক সর্বনাম or আপেক্ষিক সর্বনাম or আপেক্ষিক সর্বনাম. And if we want to define our relative pronoun, we can say that, my dear learners, in this way. Relative pronoun is that a pronoun that a pronoun which refers to some nouns or pronouns previously mentioned. Previously mentioned and at the same time joins two sentences. Two sentences. Okay, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand. So, if we want to define it to our relative pronoun, or even, we can say that, my dear learners, relative pronoun is that pronoun, relative pronoun হলো ওই সেই pronoun হয়েছে যেটা refers to some nouns or pronouns previously mentioned. পূর্বে উল্লেখিত কোনো noun বা pronounকে নির্দেশপূর্বক and at the same time joins two sentences. That means, my dear learners, relative pronoun হলো ওই সেই pronoun যেটা পূর্বে উল্লেখিত কোনো নাউন বা প্রোনাউনকে নির্দেশ করে এবং একই সঙ্গে কি করে বন্ধুরা দুইটা সেন্টেন্সকে সংযুক্ত করে। ওকে, my dear learners, hope that you have understood clearly. Now, my dear learners, I am trying to clarify about this pronoun with some examples. So, my dear learners, take a look at the board and try to understand whatever the themes I want to make you understand. Examples: the boy who stood first in the exam is my son. Next example, my dear learners, the girl whom you saw yesterday is my daughter. Is my daughter. Number 3, Rohim is my close friend whose father is a teacher. Teacher. Number 4, the Honda, sorry, the Honda that I bought for 1 ago is very fine. Number 5, the cow which we bought last year is very nice. Very nice. Okay, my dear learners. Next example, my dear learners. Tell me, tell me what you know about this. Sorry, this. Okay, my dear learners, to clarify about relative pronoun, I have written 6 examples, my dear learners. Take a look at the board and try to understand. Underline who in first example, underline who, second example, whom, third example is whose, fourth example, my dear learners, that, fifth examples underline media which, and in sixth example underline what. Okay, my dear learners, if you try to understand, now my question to you, try to identify what category of words is sustenance of 6 words. I have written 6 examples in the board to clarify about relative pronoun. My dear learners, in first example I have written the boy who stood first in the exam is my son. In this sentence, who is of course a relative pronoun because who indicates the boy noun, and at the same time join two sentences. In this sense, we can say that, my dear learners, who is a relative pronoun. Hope that you have understood clearly. Next example, my dear learners, the girl whom you saw yesterday is my daughter. In this sentence, whom is a relative pronoun because whom indicates the previously mentioned noun, the girl, and at the same time joined to sentence. In the sense, we can say that my dear learners, whom is a relative pronoun. Number three, example number three, my dear learners, Rohim is my close friend, whose father is a teacher. In this sentence, whose, of course, a relative pronoun, because my dear learners, in this sentence, whose indicate the previously mentioned noun friend and joins at the same time joins to sentence. In this sense, we can say that, my dear learners, whose, of course, a relative pronoun. Next, my dear learners, the Honda that I bought 4 months ago is very fine. Underline word that we can say a relative pronoun because in this sentence that is used that indicates the previous noun the Honda and joined two sentences at the same time. In this sentence, we can say that it's a relative pronoun. Number five, the car which we bought last year is a very fine. In this sentence, which, so the word which, of course, are relative pronoun because, my dear learners, in this sentence, which indicates the previously mentioned noun, the cow, and at the same time joins two sentences. In this sense, we can say which is a relative pronoun. And last example, number six, tell me what you know about this. In this sentence, underline word what, of course, a relative pronoun because what indicates previously mentioned pronoun me and at the same time joins two sentences. In this sense, so we can say that, my dear learners, what, of course, a relative pronoun. Of that, you have understood clearly. Now, I'm trying to clarify about difference between interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. My dear learners, of course, you know that, my dear learners, I am trying to show you about various kinds of pronoun. Today's class, I'm trying to show you about definition and various kinds of relation between interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun. Now, I'm trying to show you about differences between an interrogative pronoun and a relative pronoun. We will have to mind that, my dear learners, interrogative pronoun is used at first of a sentence. At first of a sentence for asking some questions about a noun. Okay, my dear learners, we can say regard this, my dear learners, interrogative pronoun is used in that means interrogative pronoun ব্যবহৃত হয় at first প্রথমে of a sentence একটা বাক্যের for asking some questions কিছু প্রশ্ন জিজ্ঞাসা করার জন্য about a noun একটা noun সম্পর্কে. Okay, my dear learners, but we can say that, my dear learners, relative pronoun is used after an antecedent antecedent and joins two sentences at the same time. Okay, my dear learners, if we want to know about the differences between an interrogative pronoun and relative pronoun, we can say that, my dear learners, interrogative pronoun is used at first of a sentence for asking some questions about noun. But relative pronoun is used after an antecedent and joins two sentences at the same time. Now, my question to you: what an antecedent? Antecedent. Antecedent. Dent. Antecedent. I know that my dear learners you'll be able to reply my questions, but I want to add something here. Mind that, my dear learners, at the time of forming any sentence, when a relative pronoun is used, a noun or a pronoun. Formerly words of relative pronoun. Formerly words of relative pronoun. Relative pronoun, of course, is called an antecedent. Okay, my dear learners. Formerly used words of noun or a pronoun. Of relative pronoun, of course, is called an antecedent. How that you have understood clearly, my dear learners. Now I want to summarize today's class. At first, I'm trying to show you about definition about an interrogative pronoun with example. Secondly, I'm trying to show you about definition of relative pronoun. Next, thirdly, I'm trying to show you about differences between an interrogative pronoun and a relative pronoun. That you have understood clearly. My dear learners, I don't want to learn in today's class, but I want to say something you, or I want to share something you about me, my dear learners. Of course, you know that, my dear learners. I am Bangladeshi, but I am trying to make various kinds of videos video with English conversation. So, my dear learners, if you notice any faults or mistakes in the midst of my video classes, please excuse me and pray to Almighty Allah so that I can help you, I can serve you, I can comfort you in this way through my video classes throughout my life. So, my dear learners, no one today come to see again with our new arithmetic new class. Thank you very much. Take care of your health. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.